Hey y'all, Kevin here, and this is Pure Reviews, where I review all kinds of products. So if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and in particular, if you find this video useful or helpful, be sure to hit that like button before you go. Maybe even leave a comment that simply says thanks. It really helps the channel a ton, and I greatly appreciate it. So today's product is available on Amazon. I've included a link in the description that'll take you directly to the product page, where you can see the current price point, see if it's on sale, all that lovely information. But what is it? So today's product I want to share with you is an absolute must device for your cars, and it is a 4K dash cam. So this was sent over by a company called OMBAR, and in today's society, man, you just need to have some type of camera out there on the roads. You can also catch some interesting things, and this is a great little camera because it has a lot of features. So first off, let's go over everything you're going to get when you open it up. First off, you're going to get a quick start guide and a user manual. You're also going to get a little sticker if you wish to put this on your car. I personally didn't, but you get these options. We're covering all the features here in the video. You're also going to get a little scraper if you ever need to remove it or relocate it or transfer it to another car. This makes it easy to remove the device. You are going to get two little alcohol pads to make sure your window is clean when putting down the adapters. Now, another nice thing, it's going to include these little clear stickies and these little white ones. So the clear ones are going to be on your front windshield for the camera, and then these are going to be, the white ones are going to be on your back window for the rear camera. This makes it super easy to remove the camera after you're done and keeps from getting the gunk on the glass. Absolutely great. And they give you two because as you can remove it and relocate it, it's really nice. Now they are going to include a little cartridge here. You're going to get a adapter and a micro SD card. The SD card's already in the camera because I've been using it, but it's going to come with a 128 gigabyte micro SD card. However, the camera does support up to 512. So if you want a bigger size card, you can do that. Just make sure it's a class 10 or higher as far as record speed, because you want to go ahead and record that 4K instantly. Now, as you can see, you're going to get a nice long cable here that is going to be utilized for the back camera, the little part with the three that's just going to plug into the top of the camera, and then the little USB part is going to plug in the back of the camera. Super long, so that way you can go ahead and hide it up through the ceiling and around. And then the same thing for the actual plugging in the camera itself. It just powers by a USB-C cord, and then it's going to come with a little cigarette lighter. And they also include a nice little USB port on the end, so that way you can still plug stuff in here if you wish while you are traveling or out and about. Now, inside a little bag, you're going to also include some extra spare sticky pads. So if you put them on and off your window, you need to move them. You've got the replacements. They're also going to include some wire management if you need that as well. If you have places that it's maybe vinyl and don't have the fabric, or you can't hide the cord in areas, they're going to include that. So now let's cover the rear camera first. As you can see, it's nice and compact. You're just going to peel this tape, go ahead and stick it on the little white part, which it's going to be clear when you put it on your window. This thing is nice because it rotates all the way around. So that way, depending on your window setup, you'll be able to get the perfect angle that you need to look out the back window. Obviously, you want to position it to where you can see the license plate and everything of the car behind you. It plugs in the side there to power up. The camera on the back is a 1080p camera. So that it has a really good size quality. Now let's cover the main camera itself. So as you can see here, it's not very big. It's nice and compact. So when you have this on your window, it's not going to take up a lot of real estate, and it's not going to bother you while you're driving. I usually like to suggest put it kind of right below the mirror. That way it's out of the way. Now the little ball here, it does rotate forward, so it can adjust whatever angle you need on your glass. So that way it is nice and framed. Now, as you can see, it has a nice large lens. This lens is a 4K lens with HDR quality. Actually, all the lenses support the HDR quality, and it's an f1.8. Now, this is all out of the Sony lenses, so they're nice quality lenses. And then it utilizes a sensor. It is the Starvis 2 sensor, IMX678, if that's important to you. The big thing to note with that is it can support color night vision. You can turn that on in the various settings if you wish. As far as how you're going to plug it in, there's going to be a little port at the top. That's where you're going to plug in the adapter for powering up the rear camera. Then you're going to have your USB port. That is where you are going to plug in the device to give it power. There's a little mic next to it. It does record sound inside the cabin. And then next to that is the micro SD card slot. So the easiest way, there's two ways to get your footage off of this device. You can utilize their app. It uses the Road Record app, which is going to be what you're going to utilize if you want to take all the precise GPS stuff, or you can just remove the micro SD card. I personally find it simple. Just go ahead and remove the micro SD card, plug it in your computer, and utilize it. However, if you're wanting to send stuff from your phone, then maybe it's easier to use the app and just download it to your phone. So you got two different ways you can utilize it if you wish. Now, on the bottom of the device is where you're gonna have all your menu settings that you can control on the back of the camera, your power button, your menu button, your left or right arrows, and your OK. That's gonna allow you to customize all the features. Like if you want the maximum where this is 4K and the other two cameras are 1080p, you can adjust that. You can adjust the kind of recording style. You can turn on all the various features and go through it. Very easy to utilize. The nice big wide screen on the back makes it very easy to see and adjust those menus. Then you'll notice there's also a secondary camera on the device on the back. That is your interior cabin camera. So once again, this is great to keep track of everything going around you, whether you're a Lyft or an Uber driver. It's also great because then you can keep it track on not only you, but also the people in your car. But now how this thing is cool, like I said, it touched on briefly, it does do precise GPS. So if you do have utilizing this for commercial applications or something like that, or maybe your son or daughter or something like that, and you want to know where they are, it utilizes 5 different satellites for that precise GPS tracking. It uses the GPS one, the Bello Dual, the Gelato, and then the Galanus. I probably am mispronouncing all those, but it does use those different satellites themselves. It also does connect via your phone or your tablet via the 5G. It can also do the 2.4. So that way it has a nice, strong, fast data transferring as far as when you are putting out that data if you wish. All that is through the Road Rec app. You do not have to use the app if you don't want to. The app just gives you some extra features if you wish to do that. This, most importantly, does have geosensing. Geosensing is if detecting basically if it feels an impact, so like you're in a wreck, then it'll automatically go ahead and lock that footage so it won't erase over it and it's nice and secure. You're gonna notice you're gonna get that over time if you hit a pothole or things like that. It's gonna save that footage. I do recommend like every 6 months or so as that builds up, maybe going in and cleaning it out just because of false alarms, like I said, potholes and things like that, because it does do loop recording. So essentially once the SD card is filled up, it will go ahead and start recording over the oldest footage, minus obviously the locked stuff. It's going to put them in separate folders. Now this does do parking monitoring. If that is something that's important to you, you can set it up for that. In order to do that, you do need the extra parking mode accessory kit. And essentially what that's doing is it's hooking up to your battery so that way it can stay active the whole time. But overall, like I said, it's a great little camera dash cam setup. Absolutely must for the roads today. It's great for insurance if you ever get in a wreck. It's great to capture interesting things that you may see or capture on the road. So if you're in the market and you're looking for a great dash cam setup that you can install yourself, this is totally worth checking out. If there's something I haven't quite covered that you're a little curious about, feel free to hit me up in the comment section. I do typically respond to those. That is it till the next video. You guys take it easy. Later. Congrats, you made it to the end of the video. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated for the support. Be sure to hit that like button on the video. It really, really does help out. And if you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell if you want to get notified when new videos come out on this channel.